Now you can see it. What up? Flip out.
And making his live NAG debut, Mr. Edgar.
Coming at you from the outer fringe of LA County.
Ooh.
What were we thinking? They're at home over here, you know?
I mean, our cities let us come out. That's why.
Oh.
Health concerns.
Health concerns. Shit. So let's start on some positive news. So you might have saw on Twitter last week, Zero Cool Tucker put together a GoFundMe to bring Shane, who runs the Galaxy History page. Awesome page. If you guys haven't seen it. Well, anyway, sorry. He put a GoFundMe together to get him here to LA to watch. I'm sorry, Carson, to watch a game live. And dude, it took just a couple hours to get it together. So Shane will be coming in May. Seems like he'll be attending the Red Bulls game on May 10th. That'd be dope.
Very nice.
We show up like the way we greet players at the airport.
Let me know how it goes, Eddie.
You guys are no fun.
You're the one that's
I'll
down.
be
Like,
there.
oh, you went for Chicharito.
I did because you were supposed to go and he was supposed to go. All of a sudden, nobody was going.
Hey, we tried, man. You did too.
I
You still
live
failed.
far as fuck.
I went.
I live super far, so
We
whatever.
all would have failed.
Yeah, Brian needs an airport to get to the airport.
In an airport.
That would be faster for you, huh?
Ba-dum-ts.
All right.
Ooh.
Sorry guys. Still not over it. Still not over Saturday, but
At least I have a shirt on today.
yeah, true, right? Can't lose these. Can't lose this one. That shit was expensive to get here. That shit came from where like Brian lives. So so before we get to the game that I don't really want to get to, let's start about that tailgate.
Yes.
Lovely tailgate, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What time did you guys get there?
110, 115. I got there like 110, 115.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Eddie?
3-ish.
I was there at 1 p.m.
Same.
What about you, Edgar?
Yeah, around 3-ish.
Nice. When I got there, it was stupid packed. I got there like at 5 almost. Yeah, I was hella late, and it was super packed. Just going up to the parking lot because I got a student pass for Dominguez Hills, so I passed through Victoria, and that shit was all packed, bro. Completely packed. All that tailgate area, walking up to it too. When I was coming in, it was when Adam Serrano was leaving because I caught him at the exit.
God damn, you got there late.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
At some point, I lost track of time before I lost track of my shirt.
I got there, and Uncle Eddie was
Full
full blown
effect.
Uncle Eddie with super cool cousin Brian. Chew was just like everywhere.
I have a lot of footage that I need to go over. It's a lot.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we got a Champions League update for you, in case you're curious. America is destroying Atlanta United, and Tigres defeated the Pigeons 1-0.
Damn. I saw at halftime. America was killing them 3-0, right? What is it now? Like 5?
Still 3-0, but they're in the 64th minute, and
Fuck
it's
it.
bad for them.
That one's
Yeah.
done, dude.
Yeah.
So we pulled up at 1 o'clock. There was already people there. There was already people setting up that little corner that has all that food and stuff. They're already going. The people on the grass were going already. I can only imagine what time they got there. They know the gates open at 10.
That's true.
But yeah, 1 o'clock. Keg was tapped by 1:10. Keg was caught by I have no idea what time.
So we did finish it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we finished it. We did. And shout out
finished
to
it
everybody that came through.
We finished it before I even went in. We finished
No
it like
way.
yeah.
Oh, because
Yeah,
when I
we
saw
did.
you, I still got beer.
It
From the
wasn't.
keg.
It was no more beer.
Yes, there was. It was
It was
floating.
all foam for me.
No, well, for me, it was floating, but it was. I still got 2 cups out after I saw you.
Them Laredo, you know, comes
Yeah.
over there.
I still
Hell
drank.
no,
a
I
good
got
amount
all
after that.
foam. I tried to throw some away and still pour. It was like it was done.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
pumped
you
the shit
lagged
up.
it.
That's all right. I was cool, man. You know. I
Shout
had
out to
my-
everybody that came out to the tailgate though.
Yeah, man. Everyone that did a keg stand too, bro. That was
I got there right when Angel did his keg stand too. Adam Serrano was leaving, and Angel was getting ready to do his keg stand. Happy birthday to Angel.
But there was still beer left when.
Oh
that
yeah,
happened,
happy
so-
birthday to
no.
him.
He's saying
you
he's
lagged
saying
it
when
on
he
getting
went
beer.
in.
That's what I'm saying. So you lagged it on getting beer too, then.
No,
Oh,
he's saying
no,
it
I
ran
did
out when he
not.
went. It was going in.
Oh, okay. I see. What you're saying.
I was only at the tail because I went early into the game, maybe like an hour and 20 minutes,
Oh,
and I
shit.
pounded a good 8 beers, just pounding them, like talking to people because it was nonstop. You just turn around and talk to someone else, turn around and talk to someone else. Like,
The whole time that I was walking around, just
I didn't get to explore.
filming, there's a lot of people in both sides, in ACBN and our side. Just, hey, you want a shot? And hey, you want a shot? Yeah, fuck it, why not? Random people,
It was
they're just,
tight.
hey, you want a shot?
It was what I expected.
Yeah, that's yeah. That was the killer right there. Mezcal in your face. And that mezcal was going around early too.
Eh.
It was like at 3 o'clock. I think my first shot happened. No, even before that, the fucking guy that invited us to.
No shots for me.
Oh yeah, dude, it was. My first shot was early.
Yeah, mine too.
My first shot was early, probably around 2.
It was like just a little bit of us because he gave shots to everyone that was there. That's how many people were there.
Oh, and then we took the shot with David.
And then the mezcal guy
Yeah.
walking around.
Wait. Yeah, that's true. Okay. I
Edgar-
forgot about the mezcal.
Edgar, I think, went in before all of us. How was it in the beginning when you went in? What time did you go in, Edgar?
I went in like around 5:30, 5:30ish, and it was interesting. If it was like a different energy than I would say last year. I think there's a lot of anticipation. People walking in, a lot of people were really excited. You could tell people had partied before the game, and everybody's just just waiting for the game to start and just getting on their seats. And it was a good energy. One of the last times I felt something like this was probably the last MLS Cup. I mean, that's the kind of buzz that was, in filling up the stadium as time wound down to the first whistle.
I think I went in next. I went in like at, I want to say 6:30. I went at 6:30.
By the time he went in, it was already dead, right?
Me?
You guys were already gone.
No, I'm just saying. By the time you came in, like the crowd was dead already, right?
No, when I came in, the crowd was still building. It was still building.
Nah,
I got a good spot on top of 122. My girl didn't want to go to 121. They were already they were cracking. I was ready. Yeah, but she wasn't ready for all that, So I took her up to the
Fuck yeah,
122.
V Black was popping though.
Yeah, dude.
V Black was fucking popping going in there. I was like, God damn, this is sick.
Damn, I went in there late.
You went in there late. I saw our sticker already on the post. Somebody blasted us on there for us. So thank you. Shout out to them.
Very nice.
Right when I was at
Hell
too.
yeah.
Like we moved
Super
to the
love.
side. Already on there.
I don't know what time I went in.
All right, Eddie, why don't we talk about what you remember for the game? All right, thank you, Eddie, for your contribution.
Keep on nagging. Yeah, man. My last memories were like shotgun, and then like okay, time
Oh
to
yeah, you did shotgun.
yeah,
Then you went in. You
yeah,
went in
time to
with
push
PC
it away,
Yeah.
or no, push it away, then shotgun, and then
That's-
I had I believe I had Joe's ticket. I had somebody's ticket, Skippy's. And yeah, I luckily was able to get my ticket out. I believe who was Skippy in, and that was it. Next thing you know, I remember they lost.
I like the Tifo thing. It was pretty cool. They let
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got to see the Tifo after, like on YouTube. It looked pretty awesome.
yeah, it was pretty big. It was cool.
Where'd you see it from, Edgar? Because I know you're like off to the side, right? A little bit.
Yeah, I was in 119, so we could see the the written sign, the one that talked about our history, blah blah blah.
Oh yes.
So from our angle, we really couldn't see like the big one. But I mean, I imagine, it must have been something pretty cool. And later on, I saw it. I was like, yeah, it's real nice. It's like our old logo, but in our current colors. So I thought that was nice. Nice callback to the old school, mixing it with the new theme of the team.
I don't think they remember, but I know you were able to see it, Edgar. The Riot Squad, just straight out, Riot Squad, we are here. That was clean. Like in black
Yeah.
letters, black and white letters, that was perfect. It just read, Riot Squad, we are here. That was perfect.
No, yeah, we could see it from our distance. It was, like I said, it was just amazing energy. It felt like an MLS Cup final.
Riot Squad was packed, man. Even in the first half, they were hella packed. There were people all on the sides, between the bleachers too, trying to stand on those stairs. That was way more packed than I thought it would be over by Riot Squad. You couldn't even catch a spot on the outside, like on the top of the stairs or nothing like that. It was just like 2 rows deep, just people standing there.
Brian was out there.
By the way, is that section behind the Riot Squad? The one up on the bleachers. Is that going to be a permanent thing, or it's just temporary?
No, it's just temporary. Like Legos, they just break it apart.
So yeah, it's only gonna be for games that they believe are gonna go over capacity. So
Did you guys notice that there were people up on the berm? That was nice.
I didn't.
Yeah, I got. I thought there was gonna be more people, but
I think some of those people just went down.
Yeah, they just walked around.
They just walked around and went down.
yeah, the
on
stadium was
somewhere else.
packed.
I mean,
It was a good vibe.
if you've been there,
Yeah,
just buy your ticket to get in.
just get in. Yeah, find the way to get in.
And then the game started.
Oh fuck! I didn't want to talk about that.
I do.
All right.
Did you hear about
Before
There
Chase
was a
Galaxy
game?
history?
Before we start about the game, though,
All right, let me start with the lineup.
go ahead.
And actually, I'm gonna start before I go to the actual lineup. I want to start with one certain player that started. Jonah Dos Santos started, and the reason I bring him up is a couple reasons. One, there was questions whether he was even gonna play, and yet he starts. Two, he was wearing the captain's band after the Galaxy made that announcement.
Typical.
Did you see the reaction in the crowd when they announced him as the captain?
I didn't.
It wasn't as loud as
Oh,
it wasn't as loud as the reception that Legit got. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
That is true.
Legit got a
No.
hell of a ovation when he came in.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. But I mean, you think that? What do you guys think about more that what the fuck is wrong with me? How do you guys feel about Jonah wearing the captain's band after the announcement though? Galaxy fuck up, Galaxy. What are they? GBS decision.
No, I thought it was just the armband was just like a thank you, this is for the fans, home opener.
Mm-hmm.
They might not say it, but they know what we feel. They're listening, they're watching. The comments are easy to see how people were disappointed that Chicha was captain over Jonah. That was easy to see.
Chicha was never captain over Jonah. Jonah never.
You know
played
what,
with Chicha when Chicha
You know what
was
I meant,
captain.
Che.
Very different.
I think it was a pretty smart move because just after that one game in Houston, I mean, if you include the preseason as well, Chicha is having issues trying to put the ball in the net, right, or even get the ball at all. Giving the captain's armband to Jonah takes some of that pressure off of him. Kind of like what happened with I don't know if you followed the NHL, but Dustin Brown was the captain for the longest time, and then he started struggling, and the Kings made the controversial decision to remove him as the captain, and they made somebody else the captain. And after that, he was able to rebound because he said, he didn't have that pressure of being a captain. He could just focus on playing. And Jonah, that's the one that everybody thought was going to be the captain anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So healthy Jonah, maybe it might be a one-time deal, but at least for that game, I thought maybe it was to take some of that pressure off of Chicha.
I'm gonna go on more of what Spenny said. I think they're listening. I think they can't afford to really have any more hiccups. And yeah, that was just reactional. We're from saying thank you to the fans. And yeah, man, they're noticing that the fans do care. They all the comments you read it like, hey, this guy just got here. What the fuck? They didn't really care about his track record, whatever. And I just think the Galaxy just bit the bullet and was like, well, we fucked up, and they just gave it because there was an announcement. I mean, if you weren't getting, Chewie says that Chicha was never captain over Jonah. He was. He 100% was. And the Galaxy realized their mistake and they didn't address it. They just try to slide it in. Because
They just fixed it.
yeah, because if you notice, I got this from somewhere else because obviously I don't remember. But when Jonah came out at halftime, Chicha didn't get the armband either. Still didn't get the armband.
Exactly.
Nope. So yeah, they did everything possible to make sure they don't put it on him because of the reaction.
I guess we'll find out sometime, hopefully this weekend, if not for certain health concerns. Might avoid any games from going on this weekend, but I guess we're gonna find out real quick. Then again, what if Jonah does play again? But we'll get to that. Let's talk about this game.
All right, handle it.
There was a game.
Well, the lineup.
Oh yeah, there's a lineup. That's right. People actually played supposedly.
There was a game.
Yeah, there was. Unfortunately, David Bingham in goal. No surprise there. Right back Belcher. Center backs we have the Pew. Next to Pipo Gonzalez and Sua out left. Captain Jonathan Dos Santos at CDM. And this is the way the MLS has it, by the way. Katai out right. Pavon out left. In the center mid, we had Corona and Kleshtin and Chicharito on top. I guess the one surprise here is Leggett, right?
Not surprised.
Not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Nah, not surprised.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. I thought he would have played, but after the controversy that just went viral.
I mean, I was surprised that he actually played at all this game.
No, you needed him to play.
We're gonna lose.
You needed him to start, not just to play. You needed him to start.
We needed a lot of things out of Legit, but it wasn't gonna be this game. After what he did.
Well, there's a question. There's a question about it in the
What's the
questions.
question?
So
Which we haven't gotten to, George.
so we'll
just
get-
to answer your question on the live
So-
chat. We haven't gotten to questions yet.
So yeah, your questions about the questions, but we'll be there in a second. Yeah. So go ahead, man. What do you guys want to start? What happened? What do you?
Well,
think?
look, honestly, I think
Somebody
we
dump on that
started good.
grenade.
I think we started good. What I saw,
Where?
the opportunities that we missed are things that you just need to clean up as you play with more minutes and you get more time on the field. I was okay with especially with the first 15, 20 minutes. We almost scored again. It's just about putting it on frame. That Katai right off the bat, maybe 5 minutes in, already had a free header. He punked the defender that was on him. Chicha drew his defenders, the trees in the middle, and Katai got an easy, one up on the defender that was guarding him. He just couldn't put it on frame. I think we started off fine. What do you think, Eddie?
Huh? Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Now-
you're right. Team did well. They put necessary pressure on Vancouver right off the bat. I think they were really feeding off the energy in the crowd too, because the stadium was buzzing. But credit to Vancouver. Their defense is not as bad as it was last year's, in my opinion. I thought that two of the goals that they gave up in the Kansas City game were amazing goals. And look at Kansas City now. They're firing on all cylinders. So Vancouver, might have just played a really good team, and they're not bad themselves. And then they came into this game, and we're having our own issues on offense. And but Galaxy, like you said, they had their chances at the beginning. I think it's so early in the season. These are things that midway, towards the end, these are goals, but or at least shots on target. But the team is still getting their legs under them. The only one who seems to be in mid-season form, I've said it from the start, is Pavon. And even he, tried to do that little shimmy and then cut to his right, fire the shot, and it just went into the stands. We looked really good up until that final third, and they just couldn't.
That's old U.S. soccer tactics where let's push it out wide and throw it in the box and see. Hopefully it hits somebody. Hit the overlapping person on the wing, cross it inside. Hope it hits somebody.
Very predictable.
Yeah, and then I think Spenny brought this up when Chicha signed. Chicha's never played alone, right, as a striker. would it work now? Why the fuck would it work now?
It's not that he can't do it by himself. It just needs other runners. But those are things that are gonna come with time. I mean, I thought they would be better at it, but the trio that we're used to seeing isn't playing together right now. You know, you have a broken midfield that in this game you had Kleshin, who again didn't really do anything and had turnovers in the first and second half. So he wasn't really contributing too much offensively going forward. And
He had a shot.
Jonah was still but come on. See, like that
He
shot,
should've scored that.
I think that shot 8-9 games into the season won't be a problem again. Or at least the whereabout to take another touch to get his timing down right, because he was maybe 6-7 yards before the closest defender. The goalie didn't even jump when he kicked it. He just gave himself up like he got beat. 8-9 games into the season, I think anybody on that midfield can make that off a first time.
Yeah, because Kleshin won't be starting.
And then for
Man,
Katai,
he
I mean,
shouldn't.
Katai is bigger than you guys think. You know, we might not be able to see much of him because he keeps getting subbed out and gets reds. But he's pretty imposing. You know, he's a big figure. He's a big, tough. You know, he takes a lot of contact. In that game against Houston, he was waiting for people to get that contact to just break off of them. You know, not anybody can do that. And the fact that he got 2 easy headers that he just can't put away, that's on him. That's not on the pass. That's not on the tactics. That's on him not being able to put it on frame. One went off the post and one went wide. Both driven down, spiked.
This
just
is
how
the
you want a
difference
header.
with that though. We're not depending on Katai to make those headers every time. That's not our main striker. So I think those crosses that keep coming in is a problem in our tactics, that we shouldn't be relying too much on that. This isn't last year's MLS Galaxy. We don't have Zlatan. We don't have that big body in there.
It's not always
So-
supposed to be meant for him.
Well, this is where I was talking to somebody earlier about this, because you guys met my buddy there, Jeremy. You know, he has never really been a soccer, and like his first game was last season at one game where Zlatan scored a hat trick and Galaxy beats Kansas City
What a game.
7-2, was it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I told him, I was like, this is very rare, but he's had to go ahead and get season tickets, so he's learning about the sport. And so I heard him saying like, oh, they look so bad on offense, and I thought they were gonna be better. And it's easy. Like even I fell for the trap. I was like, that they look awful, but I started thinking about it, and I was like, the reason that me personally, I felt so positive about the team's offense is because I thought that they're going to be doing things differently as far as when they attack. You know how you were saying about how, like, run down the sides and whip it in, old school MLS. That's not going to work with this team, but that's what they're doing right now. What I was hoping was that they would find ways to create by running in slants towards the box, trying to disrupt the defense, pull people up to create spaces for Chicha to run in there and maybe create avenues where they could send balls into the box, get rebounds, just try to create a little bit of more of an attack, dribbling in there instead of just trying to whip it in. But they're not doing that right now. And that's kind of like a matter of concern. And also, I mean, there isn't anybody really to carry the ball in there from the midfield, it seems. So I don't know how much longer they're going to keep doing this, because obviously it's not working. I thought that maybe Pavon would be the man to like at least generate some of that offense. Instead, he's taking shots because maybe he's losing some confidence and trying to get the ball to Chicharito. What do you guys think?
I think as far as how long we're going to keep doing this, I think as long as we don't sign anybody else, that's going to be our go-to the whole time. Because there's no true number 10. There's nobody down the middle to carry the ball and create. It's always going to go wide because you have your Pavons and your Katai, who are your quote-unquote most creative players on the field. So as long as we don't sign anybody else, that's going to be the strategy the whole season.
And that's
Isn't
ugly as
Joe
fuck.
be the man?
Let
No.
me tell you
Not
guys
that guy.
how I agree with you to how I disagree with you, right? So one of the things that we can't keep doing is launching the ball from 50 yards to Pavon, because in this game, no matter if Katai got it or if they got it on the right side of the field, it was always look up for Pavon first, and that's what we can't keep doing. Now, as far as the runs, I am perfectly fine with what's going on. because those
What?
lanes and those avenues that you guys are asking for, they're developing. They're just paving the way right now. You know, they're letting
Where?
it gravel. If you guys really watch the game, which you can't speak to, Bryant, we actually had chances created inside the box and on top of the 18. Chicha and the runners were able to pull defenders on one of Pavon's, actually two of Pavon's runs down the wing that got laid off straight to Katai. Katai put one, blew it out of the park. But if we know him from Chicago, if you saw him in Chicago, most of his goals came from outside the box. So you're not only getting him his look, you're getting him on the foot that he wants. He just didn't deliver again. On the other pass that he got on top of the box, he opened it wide to Felcher, and Felcher put a cross on the floor, or maybe 2-3 feet up in the air, which is where you want. That's a dangerous ball on the 6-yard line.
That happened in the second half, and I was
Listen to what I'm telling you. Ralph Felcher was in the box, along with Pavon and Chicha. When or how many times last season were we able to have 3 or 4 players inside the box? Anybody? No? I didn't.
2-3 players inside the box.
Inside the box at the same time attacking. Pavon
Well,
touched the ball
last
inside the
season it
box
was
to
only-
Katai, who touched the ball to Felcher and put a cross in.
No, I get what you're saying, but this is also
Another thing, hold on, I'm not done too, because we have a very smart left back now.
yes.
A comparable
Ooh,
left back.
Insua is the shit.
And
I love
Insua,
Insua.
he was very smart at playing off Pavon, of when to make the run inside of Pavon and when to make it outside of Pavon. The problem was that Pavon was getting the ball so much and was so indecisive that he made Insua indecisive. That's going to get polished later, because if you have him running inside of Pavon, he's automatically going to get a defender out of the way. That's a given. If not, he's going to get a free pass by Pavon. So these lanes are getting paved. If you really analyze the game for the tactics, these roads, these lanes are getting paved. The only one that we're having trouble with is the one directly to Chicha. That's the one that I can't see developing as easy as these other opportunities. You're talking about Ralph Felcher having a shot on goal that got blocked before it got there.
If you believe that they're paving the way, and that's gonna pay off, then all they have to do is drag the ball instead of launching it up, because Chicha will make those near post runs, and that's the only thing that would have to change. If you really believe that that's the way we should go.
But these are things that they need to polish. I don't think they need to drastically change everything that they're gonna do. The last 2 goals that Pavon scored were basically the same thing. He ran out on top of on line with the 18-yard box instead of outside of it. He ran down that lane and then cut inside. The last 2 goals, right? Or one version of it. That golazo that he had in preseason, he came from the left side, dragged all the way in,
Cut into right.
and had a banger. In Houston, he did the same thing. He ran from the outside in, down the 18-yard line, cut in, and a shot.
He tried to do the
later
same
on-
thing this time.
So, yeah, you still got to get those lanes down, but it's there. We just have to polish everything. That's it. We just have to polish everything and not get red cards. Jesus Christ.
Here's the thing to keep in mind, I think, is that we're talking about, just 2 games into the season, which is a marathon of season. And, we're trying to, instead of talking about how, maybe this is going to be a long-term thing, thinking about ways that the team can solve the situation now before it becomes like a serious, detriment to the team. So how to solve that then? How to get the ball to Chicharito right now? Is it because the team was missing out on having Jonah, not having Jonah with them in the preseason? Is it because, they're still learning, which way to go? Like, I think, was it Eddie, you said that, or who was it? I think like Eddie or Chewy said that Pavon, he operates at a different gear, and the rest of the team, has to get used to that. So how do you solve this then? What do you guys think is the situation? What do you guys think is the tactical or strategic things that need to be done to get the ball to Chicharito, or and to open up that offense? Because right now it's kind of one dimensional.
I still think if it's for Chicha, then I think it's you got to play with 2 forwards, because as long as you have 1 forward, he makes near post runs. He's in the penalty spot. Doesn't matter. The defense is just gonna focus on that 1 forward. If you're talking about just a Chicha, but if you want to go like split, like you talk about Spenny's route where Felcher got a shot inside, Katai got his headers inside, then you stay the same. But if, like I said, if you're talking about getting the ball to Chicha, you need a second forward. I think that's the only way that's it's going to be solved.
Or a 10.
Or a 10, or a true number 10.
So you're saying bringing in your boy Ethan Zubak?
He played, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Well, I think
Yeah.
last
Yeah,
time
dude,
that we had a
I looked back, all right?
He really he tried.
He tried.
He didn't look bad.
He had effort,
He didn't
but
look bad. Normally he looks bad.
last time that we had a midweek show, I asked you guys this question: that would you guys be opposed in pinching in Katai and throwing legit out wide, kind of to help Chicha in that forward position, kind of have him like a second striker.
you know what? That might not be such a bad idea because one of the reasons I think Katai is struggling so much is because he doesn't see the ball as much. So he knows he's gonna play limited minutes. We all know that. We all should know that. That's part of GBS's substitutions, game in and game out. And then you're not giving him the enough touches to get comfortable over the ball to do what he does. So maybe him playing as a 10 would be good, but legit doesn't want to play out wide.
Yeah.
Well,
said
he
that on
looked
the
fucking
PSL.
amazing when he came in and played out wide. That's
That
what I
was all
remember.
energy though.
Yeah, you didn't. He must have heard that interview. By the way, guys,
I did.
there was a very eventful second half.
Oh shit, there was a second half.
Well, the sub right off the bat, Jonah got subbed out for Kitchen.
Yes, and as we mentioned earlier, Kleshin throws on the armband, which is interesting. But I guess we already touched on that.
I actually didn't notice it. I didn't think about it until like maybe.
I didn't notice
20
it till
minutes.
I watched the highlights after.
Like 20 minutes in, and he had a turnover at the top of the box, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Does somebody have to have it? Like, does there need to be a captain on the field? Like,
Needs to be a
Yes.
represented.
Yes.
so there has
Somebody
to be a
that could
captain.
speak to the
Like,
referee on
somebody has
behalf
to
of the
have a captain.
team.
Yeah, you get like you can talk more shit to the ref. You wear the armband, pretty much. Just you know.
I mean, even Chicha without an armband, I'm pretty sure he'd be able to talk shit to the ref.
Yeah, but
Chicha would never stop talking.
Yeah, pretty much.
oh, I know. It's so funny. Well, that's for a different day. But dude goes off the rails in interviews. So yeah, eventful second half. That sub for Jonah, kind of sad. It makes me sad because if you guys heard the interview after, he talks about how something didn't feel right. I don't think he really specifically mentions the injury he already had, and that is, I think,
But he talks about his quad now.
yeah, and
So
it's for
that-
concern. Should cause concern.
Yeah, because it's a new part that, I mean, you would know a little bit more, Eddie. I know you've pulled your yeah, you've injured your
The
growing.
hammies, growing my hammies.
Yeah, so
Groin
from-
injuries take forever to heal, man.
Yeah, and they linger
They
too.
and
They
you can
keep
injure
coming
other
back.
parts of your body, I'm guessing too, if you push it. So
Yeah, and yeah, those injuries linger. So I mean, might have been an old injury that wasn't this current injury he's coming back from. So all I gotta say is fuck.
so another 2 games. You know what? Just chill.
I don't think he. I
He
don't.
might not miss any games.
I don't
with
think
the
he's gonna.
current season.
Yeah, he might not miss any games.
Well, I mean, from the looks of it, this game is gonna get played.
Okay.
How? But it's gonna get played.
They're gonna rock new uniforms. They're gonna be full body uniforms.
That'll be dope. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people will buy them.
Oh my god.
The second half didn't start off too bad, but I think Kleshin's lack of I don't want to say quality, but lack of endurance, lack of stamina kind of showed. He looked bad. He looked worse in the second half.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Playing next to Kitchen, Sasha Kleshin. Jonah still gave you something that Kitchen couldn't with covering wide, the wide side of the field, and north and south.
Real quick on Kleshin. You know what I'm thinking that the thing was with Kleshin and how we were so like in awe with him in preseason. I think that he was happy that he signed with the Galaxy, and he like just was probably hitting his workouts hard, all pumped, and he was maybe a step ahead of everybody. And once everybody caught up into preseason and we're in the regular season, it's starting to show that he is 34.
Or I mean,
speed makes sense.
everybody was just giving it. He was giving it his 100%, and everybody was just like, "It's preseason. We'll go 6."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now everybody
Yeah.
else is caught up, and now it's showing his
Right.
his age.
So he's at 6, basically at his 100.
So I'm back to hating him again.
Well, I mean,
all I see is stripes.
this is not the trio we all expected to start and
Oh, hell
help
nah.
bring in Katai and Pavon. I thought it was going to be an easier transition with them three in the middle, talking about Benny with Jonah and Legit. I thought that would be an
Yeah,
easier
probably.
transition for Katai and Chicha to be, integrated into it.
Yeah.
But that hasn't worked out, man. And maybe we do need to play with the 10 within the system. GBS tried to force that down our throats with Ibra and Fabio,
Yeah.
and it didn't really work for a lot of games until he finally got his touchdown too. At first Fabio was trying those little flicks, those little first time, le salían.
Once Pavon came, his game
changed.
His game changed.
So when Pavon came in, a lot of people's game changed. Antuna looked a lot better.
Yeah, and the thing is that he got Zlatan 4 tap-ins, man. That's why I still believe that he can get Chicha those same.
Yeah.
But then again, he did do those.
In the air a lot.
No, they were tap-ins. Zlatan's four goals off of Pavon assist
Oh,
were
okay,
tap-ins.
okay. I see what you're saying.
But they were against older defenses that couldn't keep up with his speed because he's pretty deceptive speed, and he wasn't really able to take these wingers just off their speed. That's why he had the ball too much where he just got kind of stuck at points. I didn't like that. They were looking for him for everything. Didn't matter if they got it on the other side behind the halfway line. They still blasted it over there, That was the most predictable. I hated that.
I think if there is a next game, we'll probably see the lineup that we think should start.
Well, I don't know if
'Cause there's
if
gonna be-
Legit's still going to be in the doghouse.
I,
Hey, I stand by that.
We'll get to the-
Edgar, I don't know if you could back me up on that, but he got the biggest ovation of the night when he was coming in the second half.
True.
Bigger than Jonah. And I was in the Victoria block for Jonah's announcement. And it sounded louder in the second half for Legit.
Well, there's two people that really got a reaction from the crowd. It was definitely Jonah and Legit, which surprised me too. I was like, yeah, okay,
I was going to make noise for
wow.
I lost my shit when Zubac came in. Like I literally lost
You
my
know
shit.
what? When he came in, I was thinking to myself, man, Eddie must have fallen over his railing right now.
Ugh. No. Well, back to the second half. And we keep going away from it because nobody wants to talk
pretty
about
bad.
it. Yeah. Want to get to the goal already?
The missed opportunity goal or which one?
Just talking about the goal that,
The only goal that happened in the game.
Oh,
which was, it was Legit's fault, somewhat. Have you guys?
Yeah.
looked at it?
I see what you say was the Jets' fault. I see what you can
Before
say
you
is the
go on,
Puig's fault.
You
But
could see that goal was coming, by the way. You could feel it because Vancouver was starting to apply more pressure. Here's the thing.
you
Galaxy
saw it right in
Galaxy was doing a good job of managing the ball at midfield. But as the second half wore on, you could tell that Vancouver started coming down more, and they started noticing there were some seams in the defense, and there was like people missing tackles, and I told one of my friends next to me, I was like, man, I get the sense that Vancouver is starting to gain some confidence, and once they really really embrace that, they're gonna score. A minute later, boom, the goal.
damn it. But I mean, who do you? I know you're talking about their confidence, their build up. But you got any? Who do you got the blame on there, Edgar?
Well, I forgot who it was, but who was it that slipped as Ali, what's his name? The guy from Vancouver.
Atmat.
Oh my God. Yeah, as he was coming down the side,
Like
one of the
his name.
guys slipped, and I felt like
Slid. Depuy
the
slid.
the police slid,
The
right?
pew.
Depuy.
I'm sorry. I used to play defense, and one of the things that my coach used to tell me is like, don't go to the ground unless you absolutely have to. Try to stay on your feet so you can shuffle over, at least put a body between yourself and the net so that the guy has a hard time coming over. And he just went for the slide, and he could have stood up. He could have put a body on him, at least try to create a deflection or something. But no, and I felt that at that point, everybody was scrambling to try to contain him, and then it just uh, left some gaps, and the goal came in.
I would have gone through him.
I mean, at that point, right?
I would have gone through him.
Yeah.
From the
That would have
first.
been a PK if you would have went through him. Though.
Nah.
I think he was outside the box at that
No,
point.
he was way
still.
outside.
It was way outside the box.
But that was I guess let's say a rookie mistake, even though technically he's not a rookie, right?
But he's a rookie in the MLS,
Yeah.
like in the MLS.
But besides that, I mean, I know Spenny blames it on the Jet,
It's both of them.
and then
It's a breakdown on the defense.
I don't know how much of a chance the Jet or Felcher had to get at the ball, but watch the replay. It shows on the replay that he slides. Well, even before he slides, the guy's dribbling. The Jet and Felcher kind of like dragging their feet and have their hands out, like not looking to recover.
Well,
Felcher's guarding the passer.
Felcher's guarding somebody else at that point. So
Okay.
he's not his,
Felcher's on the touchline.
yeah.
He's on the touchline.
The
And
Pulis
then
kinda
maybe
behind him.
maybe 10 yards into the field, passes it on a 1-2. He passes it. He sits on the run and he just takes off on the Jet. And that creates the Pew to come over because Felcher's already guarding the passer. And I forget who's inside tucked in, but they don't come and help.
Yeah, because people's right in front of Bingham at that point. I
Oh,
know.
but Kitchen doesn't come help.
Okay.
I think so.
People
No, yeah,
stuck
people's
he's-
in the right spot.
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying.
he's stuck between 2-3 decisions and he's just
yeah,
fucking
But yeah,
stand up.
the Pew shouldn't have gone to the
to the ground
to the ground so easy and so
without doing
so
anything.
soft, really,
Yeah.
so soft. You gotta put the ball like on your shin and just run through that shit. That way, if they move the ball 6 inches to the left, to the right, you still get it. Take out the guy too, just in case it bounces off of somebody. He has to get up.
What's
too.
that old adage?
He has to
You
get
let
up
the ball or the man get through, but never both.
Yes, never both.
I don't play that shit.
Such a big guy too, lanky. Fuck, you know what? Whatever. We're gonna let this one slide. Huh?
And then disaster hit. And then disaster hit.
Yeah, that is.
Goal.
And it just got worse from there, huh?
Just got worse.
I mean, we had something good come out of it. If you guys have
we did.
Bingham on your fantasy.
Oh, wait, was that first or was it red first?
Oh no, the red
The
was
red
first, I think.
penalty was almost towards the end.
All
like
right,
5
let,
minutes.
us go with the red real quick. So the first Corona foul, it was okay. It was a foul. It was
It
a
was
hard
a
foul in the
legit
middle of
yellow.
the field. Fine. The second one was stupid, dude. Stupid. If you,
That's his fault.
I saw as many replays as I can because fucking stupid ESPN Plus doesn't have it, has it blacked out still, and I kept seeing that play, that second one. He doesn't just not make an attempt at the ball. Seems like he stays there, like, hey ref, look at me, bro.
It's like he wanted to get kicked out.
Yep.
Like,
Soft.
fuck this.
Soft as fuck.
I don't know about it being soft.
No, what do you mean soft? It was
Reckless.
stupid, reckless.
Yeah, it was reckless. Yeah,
That's the
Nah,
word.
bro. I mean, I don't think so.
It's they're fouls, for sure, and they're cards.
Yeah.
You know what I don't think was a foul?
Did he have to give him that card though? I mean, the game was tight and it was an intense environment, and that should change the game completely.
No, it didn't. We
Even
still
more.
lost 1-0.
Even though we were still whack, even when we were still whack,
We were deflated.
still could've
at
been
that
a
point
comeback.
already.
Actually, I think that made us try it a little bit better, but it didn't work.
Come on, Brian. You know we play better with 10 men. That's what it was. Strategy.
we do play better than 10 men.
You were saying?
Nah, they were both legit fouls. I mean, the
No,
Corona.
it was Corona. It wasn't legit.
No, I'm saying they were both. No, that was a stupid, lazy foul for the penalty. Oh man,
It's a
that
penalty.
I mean, I don't
penalty.
know.
Yeah.
It's soft.
Penalty
but
was
it's
weak
penalty.
too.
It is. It's a
Yeah,
foul
it is,
inside
though.
the box.
It
It's
is.
a penalty.
Did he mean to hit him? I don't think so. But yeah, it's
He
it's
didn't, mean,
100%.
he didn't mean to get out of the way.
It was
either.
sloppy. It was a sloppy run from people. I think his run should have been.
You're not
better.
gonna get a indirect inside the box these
Yeah.
days. You're gonna get the penalty automatically. I don't know if MLS even has that rule.
What?
What's
An
that?
indirect, like inside the box.
Yeah, of course. A dangerous play.
They do. It's a FIFA thing.
A dangerous
Yeah.
play. The goalie picks it up. When he gets a pass back. That's all. Indirect in the box. I think that's it.
You could do fouls too, like regular fouls. If the ref doesn't see it.
I think that's why I think a dangerous play. Like if the ref doesn't see it, what the fuck?
Yeah, the ref
Yeah,
doesn't see it as different.
Yeah.
You're
No, not
doing
the
it,
ref
but you're
doesn't
getting away with them.
If it doesn't seem
Yeah.
look up the FIFA.
Any refs on the chat can help us out there because this argument was
Yeah,
going way
any
too
foul
long.
inside the box is gonna end up being a penalty.
Well, fuck it. There was a fucking penalty. Point is,
crappy one too.
Fucking Bingham with the big badass save, right? What a
No,
way
the guy shot it at him, dude.
what a way to stand there. Hey, come on, man, fantasy points.
Yeah, and
No,
you know
no,
what? At the end of the day, the goalie has pretty much it's against him. Any PK is against the goalie at that point. It's very rare that you're gonna stop.
At least we
Yeah,
got a
Vancouver
good
has a
reaction
hard
out
time.
of the stadium, you know? We
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
something to cheer about.
Everybody
So
was
that-
like foaming at the mouth or something at that point.
That was a
We
good
got
moment.
something.
Yeah.
And then right when they were getting excited and all hyped, substitution coming into the game. Number 29.
Eddie's favorite. Oh,
Anything so bad.
Oh, I think that's when Eddie went into the couple box to cheer
Hell
for
yeah.
Zubac.
Yeah,
Man.
get it going. Let's go.
Were you in the couple box?
On in his
Shirtless?
mouth.
Congratulations, I guess, Zubac. You got first team minutes, 2 games into the season.
Oh, bro, you were so close to a goal too.
Cuello, I'm disappointed that he got minutes before you on the first team this season.
That's Corona's fault.
You know, I think Julian should have played, if anything, before him in the midfield.
Probably.
I just think he was hoping for a Hail Mary at that point because you're down a man and you're just launching up. So you put it.
That's one hell of a Hail Mary. Let me tell you.
You just, dude, Sunday league style. You know,
That's a
big body.
legit Hail Mary.
So, fuck this game. I think we're trash. And
No. No.
Look,
Okay,
man,
let's
Eddie,
okay.
Eddie
Let's
was
look at
trash.
my bad. That's what I meant to say.
Eddie was trash.
I was
very
trash.
different.
we still created chances in the beginning. We just gotta polish that, keep it up for longer periods of time. We need to get healthy, of course, and the defense.
Polish what, dude? From what I remember, I don't see anything really positive from this game.
Yeah,
The
because you
midfield was
you
shit
don't
because we were
remember.
missing.
So I see a
No,
lot.
well,
of
let me
good
tell you
coming
from what I remember.
Look,
From what I remember,
the
and
most
I wish I
part-
remember this game even more.
So,
The
all right,
midfield looked like fucking shit.
all right, final thoughts on the game. The one positive, two positives actually. I'll give you defense again. I think is still
Yeah,
2
holding up.
goals in 2 games.
Yeah, it's still holding up.
Yep.
And then,
Yep.
and even then, those goals are things that can be tweaked. Still, worked on, and it's gonna get better. 2, the overlaps between Insua and Pavon. The relationship is getting pretty nice. So those are my 2 positives. Rest of the team trash.
Hey, Insua's another Geo, bro.
What?
Party
What?
animal.
Nah.
What?
Haven't you been seeing the
Nah.
stories of
Nah,
Insua?
nah.
Hey,
Nah,
you did not
Yeah.
hear that first time.
Karaoke night after the game, dude.
So, who's
was
your
was
next
dope.
standing player of the game so far?
Wait. No final thoughts on the game. Anybody else?
Oh, final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
I thought you just gave-
I agree with Eddie though. The defense, man. That was the big question mark we had. Remember at the very beginning, everybody was like, "Man, we hope the defense is okay because we know we're gonna be scoring goals. We know the offense is gonna be clicking, so we hope the defense is okay." Well, you know what? It's the other way around.
Psych.
The defense is actually doing a good job, which is fantastic because they're keeping us in games. It's just that final third. The midfield, it's still a work in progress. There's missing elements, but just that final third. Once they figure out, how to work things out in that final third. And Chewy, you said this. Remember, it's not if, but when they can start to really connect. It's gonna be really nice to watch. But 2 games in, it's hard. I remember. In the inaugural season, DC United after 4 games looked like trash. They looked horrible. They were fighting on the field. I remember they were yelling at each other, and what happened? They ended up winning the MLS Cup at the end. Unfortunately, but it just goes to show you, it doesn't. Of course, you want to step forward with your best foot, but it's how you end the season. And I think that it's a little frustrating now. We all mentioned that that it's going to be kind of rocky at the beginning, but you could see that there are elements there already right now for something much better as the season progresses. So, gotta stay positive, even though there's so much negativity in the air.
Literally.
Well, yeah.
I have another positive though. The environment before the game, that was awesome. I think the fans deserve the most applause in this weekend's event because everybody was pumped to go see the game. Everybody showed up in their white, and it was something that we haven't really felt in a while. So I'm gonna give that one a positive.
So that sounds like an award.
It's a positive. I'm giving somebody an award that was on the pitch.
All right, cool. So I guess it's award time, right?
Yeah.
Cue the theme music.
Tutu.
All right, cool. Dope. That's
Damn.
the wrong one.
That's for the other show.
Can you turn your
Oh.
TV down real quick, guys? The mic picks up a lot of things.
Award time. So if you're new to the show, we have the Geo Award, which is Game is Off Award. We have the Next Standing Player Award, which is the MVP per se, and we have our honorable mention.
Which we renamed it to the McGee.
Did we already? Did we decide on that? All right.
Yeah.
Why do you bring it up
gonna
over
be
live?
I know, right? These are things we talk about before the show.
All right. Anybody want to give an award first?
Start with the Geo Award.
Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, you started it.
Christian Pavon.
Ooh, interesting.
He didn't put
Game is
that,
off award?
one shot on goal. He after like getting the ball for the 18th straight time in the first 10 minutes, he just didn't seem to have anything creative to throw at Vancouver. And
Did he have any shots on goal?
on goal, no. He had opportunities, but he put them, high and wide. He
3
threw a
points.
satellite into the space.
He got 3 points.
And I said it before the season. If he's not, if he's not firing on all cylinders, if he's not creating, we're gonna struggle. And it showed extremely well what happened when Pavon is not on point.
All right, I'll go next with the Geo Award then. GBS gets the Geo Award. One, the Jonah thing feels rushed. Two, the adjustment when it came to Jonah coming out, we came out a lot more flat in the second half, and for the first time in a while that I can remember, at least, is it looked like there was no fucking in the second half when we went flat. It looked like there was no strategy, no tactic. It just was over and over, doing the same thing over and over. Definition of insanity, bro. Doing the same thing with the same fucking result. So, GBS gets the Geo Award. Congrats.
Ooh, but you don't play no games.
He didn't this Saturday at all.
Tree.
I'll go with Spenny Pavon. No shots on goal. That right there makes it.
1 second,
He was
George.
off.
We're about to.
Bryant.
The game is off award goes to Sasha Klefsa because you could tell he looks 34 on that pitch, and it's not
That's the
something we
game.
need on this fucking field.
That's a 34-year-old game you're watching, so it's kind of on par, isn't it?
Hey Brian,
I expected more though. I expected more. Shit, I ran more than that. I'm the same age.
Yeah, with that knee.
Man, why you gotta shoot on my knee, bro? What the fuck?
Edgar.
G Award, legit. I just feel it was frustrating to see him give up on that play that led to the goal. You're not supposed to give up on plays like that. You're supposed to run down, try to get the ball back, at least fight. Say he just kind of sat back, watched, ball watching. Just come on, do something, man. Don't just stand there. Like you're not like a tronco. Go in there. Do something to help the defense instead of like hoping that somebody in the back makes something spectacular. And I thought that was kind of frustrating. Especially because we have forever been waiting for him to get back to that form that he had before he suffered that injury. He's shown like little little snapshots, little flashes of it here and there, a little snapshot there, a little snapshot here, but it's not the same consistency. And at this point, it's like, is it something like psychological, something mental? What's going on? So yeah, that's for me the Geo Award.
He should stop talking shit.
Becky G's in his head. That's why.
I'm in your
Honorable
head.
mention, let's see.
Let's go. Honorable mention should always go last. I think.
Yeah.
So next standing. Fuck, I don't even.
Fuck you, Spenny.
Spend Bayless. Take that.
Next, any
It's on me
word
first?
to Eddie.
I'm actually like trying to think who I would give it. You know
I-
what? Fuck
I
it.
have
I'll give it to Bingham.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Could have
guess.
been worse.
Yeah. You know what? No. Fuck that. Because I'm sure you guys are gonna pick Bingham. I'm gonna take people despite the fucking penalty. I think he answers a lot of the critics' questions, the
Fuck people.
fans. You know, talking shit, and I think he's been one of the more solid defenders in the team so far. So I'm going with people. Fuck y'all. Especially you. Look at me with your stupid glasses.
Whoa.
Oh wow,
I'm just
My
What does
God.
Sven Bayless do to you, bro? What the fuck?
Whoa.
looking like Horace Grant there.
Damn.
Man. Chewy.
What's up? How you doing? What's up?
What's your next standing player?
Bingham. I mean, he stopped the penalty. What more do you want of the
What
guy?
a save.
I mean, whatever you guys whatever bad he does, this game. I mean, that goal I wouldn't say it is his fault, and then that penalty he stopped it.
Sass.
He didn't cause a goal.
He did it. He
True.
also didn't stop one.
He stopped a better one.
What a save it was, too. Bryant.
Same. David Bingham, just because of the penalty.
Fucking cop out.
Well, there's no other player played well.
How dare you?
Oh, let's see.
How dare you?
Go for it.
Insua, man.
Yeah.
I love the way this guy plays. You know what? Think about it. When was the last time we had to worry about somebody on that side of the field playing on defense? He looks so solid. He looks like he comes in with so much confidence, and like just from the the few games that we've seen him play, he's gonna bring it every game, and it's so refreshing to see that, and you could tell the rest of the defense is I guess responding to that, and I thought he had a fantastic game. Bingham, I mean, he stopped the penalty, but
What a save.
to be fair, they shot it right at him. And Vancouver has a bad history of shooting, penalties right at Bingham.
Oh, yes.
So
who can forget that unbelievable
the
save he
Panenka.
did on the chip?
Oh yeah, sick ass Panenka.
So yeah, Insua's the man. I'm looking forward to seeing him develop even greater things as the season progresses.
Hell yeah.
All right. So the only people that copped out was Chewy and Bryant. Nice. You had your honorable mention ready? Go for it.
I actually didn't give out my.
No, you had it ready though. Oh, you did it. I'm sorry.
See, it's what the fuck? What do he do to you, man?
Go for it.
It's just weird to have him
Damn
next
it.
to me. It usually like
Ben Bayless.
I'm gonna give it to Victoria Block and the Rice.
Wait, what is it?
the
Victoria Block.
What are we doing?
Hell yeah, they were
No,
the best
hold
thing.
on, hold on. What are we doing?
next standing.
Oh yeah, that's for a player.
That's for a
That's
player.
the team.
They were the best thing.
That's
That's the best
no,
thing all night.
no, that's a team.
That's a nag rule, bro.
Yeah.
Nag
Since
rule.
when?
Since we started this.
Brian,
That's dumb.
bring up the dictionary,
Yeah.
please. The nag rules.
Nag rule number 1.
That's
Ben
not
Bayless,
number
shut
one.
up.
And bylaws.
All right, well then I just do my honorable mention.
Nah, come on. to your neck.
Now you gotta give a player, bro. You gotta give a player.
Yeah, come on.
Nah, I'll give it to Bingham then.
Ah,
Yeah.
what a save!
What a
that was.
cop out.
Nobody did good.
Hell of a save.
He was the best of the worst.
All right.
Yep.
So
I don't know about the.
No,
there was
fuck
another
that.
player.
Next
that
thing
was alright.
player, I'm gonna give it to Jonah. The game changed drastically in the second half without him. Even without that red card, you can see that it was flat, like you said,
All right,
right away.
nice.
okay.
Give it to Zubac. That's what's up. So your honorable mention.
I almost wanted to give it a 2 buck.
Honorable mention, Bingham.
Okay.
Fuck it up.
Eddie?
Take it. Honorable mention. I was gonna narrow it down to the supporter groups, but no, that's not fair. Got to give it up to all the fans. You know,
Everybody that won,
we
yeah.
opened up the grass berm, built the stands. Not we, but the Galaxy built the stands.
I
in
don't
the
know what
back.
Spenny's doing. He's like trying to.
Did you
Grab
just
a-
do what I just?
That's
No,
honorable.
Honorable.
you can.
Honorable is open for everybody.
Damn.
Haven't you been here?
Yeah.
No, obviously I haven't.
You're sick
It's
as
Welcome to Music
because
Across the Galaxy.
he's on that chair, dude. He forgot
Yeah.
everything.
Rules change
He's-
when you're on camera or what?
No.
No, we've all,
They do for Spen
Let me
Bayless.
go over here. Let me go over here.
Does
Does that work?
Yeah. Now, do you remember?
Oh, you're gonna break it.
Nah, I still don't remember.
Gio, next standing.
Is for players
player,
or team,
right,
like
right,
the
And
team.
then honorable could be for.
Oh, look, there's questions and stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, all the fans that came out, dope. The tailgate was fucking awesome. Fans that came,
Everybody
sing
that
up here.
came. Yeah.
You know, they had the bandas going on both sides.
Dude, I was outside. I was getting my camera and stuff when the banda started. So hold on, I was outside when the banda started.
Where's
playing.
the keg?
Wait, you didn't turn it in?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about that after.
Oh shit! Okay. Oh yeah, that's all fine discussion.
All right.
Oh
So,
my god.
When the banda started playing on both sides.
Let me freeze my account real
Yeah,
quick.
we'll talk about that offline.
I had no idea. This is too funny. You were saying,
Oh,
it's like
shit.
you were coming in.
Oh, so when the banda started playing, the first song that they played was the same one.
Oh, both of them?
Yeah,
That's funny.
they were off for about a second because I was getting my stuff from my car and I'm like, oh shit, the banda sounds fucking dope. You can hear it from the other side too. And then I'm like, you started walking in and I'm like, wait, no, there are two bandas and they're playing the same fucking song.
Well,
That was hilarious.
I don't really listen to banda. So
That was
If
awesome.
they could have been two different songs, and I would have thought they were the same.
Whatever, Eddie. You know you blast that stuff while you shower, man.
Hey, who's watching? Come on.
Oh, I haven't been charged yet.
You guys, whoever wants to take it, honorable mention.
Suspending.
Honorable mention.
I'll-
I'll give you one. How's this? I'm a Clippers fan. I make no bones about it. But I gotta give the team, whoever set this up, a lot of props for that moment of celebration at the beginning. Normally, it's a moment of silence, but it was done for Kobe, Gianna, and all the other people that lost their lives, on January 26th. I thought that was a real classy thing for the team to do. Usually, like I said, we have a moment of silence, and that's there's been so much uncertainty, and like we've already done a lot of tragedy, in such a short period of time this year. To allow people to clap and give an ovation and celebrate, I thought was something different, and it didn't dampen the mood, because everybody's so pumped up, ready to start the season, and then the team went ahead and broached the subject, and they did it in a really good fashion. I thought it was really nice. So honorable mention to the team for that nice moment for Kobe and Gianna and everyone else that suffered that day.
Damn, dope.
That's a good one. I have to look into that because I actually don't even know what they did.
Wow,
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it was not great.
it was all haze.
And you lost the keg.
The kid's probably in the roof of his house.
Bryant.
My honorable mention would be Insua because of everything that Edgar said about Insua.
Okay, what did I say?
All right.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz that he looks good on the left flank. When's the last time we had a complaint about somebody on that side? And he looks like everybody's stepping up to his level defensively because that whole backline looks pretty good, to be honest. So yeah, honorable mention Insua. He's gonna
You know
get
what else I
better.
love about that guy? That guy looks like he loves being here.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
All right.
Fucking party animal.
Yeah, he is a party animal.
So everybody that won an award, you can expect it in the mail, 3 to 5 business days.
Yep.
Brian, do you want to do the questions?
It seems like I get a little glitchy out here. So if you want to run them,
Yeah.
go ahead.
All right, I got it. We'll start with the gram. Let's see. Where is the keg? That's the first one.
Probably in
Somewhere.
Eddie's roof.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. All right.
Due to health concerns, the keg is missing.
All right, Spetty's back, but the keg isn't. All right. Jose Perez _ J13. Do you think letting Romain was a mistake?
Like, letting Roman Alessandrini go.
Yes. I don't think so. You still talking about a VP slot? You still talking about DC?
I
DP
just heard
slot?
the question. No.
You still talking about a DP slot that was taken up
Sorry.
for an injured player? So we don't know what would have happened this season. So I say no.
Yeah, I agree. Here's the thing. I mean, Roman, you would expect him to already be playing wherever he was going to go, and it seems like he's taking a world tour right now. So
I stopped following him.
I miss the guy,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah. You know, I was listening to the episode of Corner of the Galaxy, and then I guess because the whole Chinese league shut down, he's like, I guess unemployed again, right?
yeah,
Should have
he's
took
like
that
last time I
extended
saw him.
contract, huh?
Hey, he still can. Now he can, but now it's gonna come at a discounted rate, double discount,
That's
gotta
fine.
pay
I
him
think he
less
just
than
wants to
voucher.
play though.
dude. He's gonna sign and then season suspended. Oh fuck. Oh
See,
shit.
this is when
No, he's
when
Corona.
EMLS really rises. This is the rise of EMLS right here, man.
Oh, I know,
That
right?
you
We're just gonna be at home watching Twitch.
play it online, damn it.
Oh shit, that's too funny. Next one, Tony underscore B underscore real underscore. Your honest opinions. Is there going to be? Is this going to be another shitty season? And he follows up with, "Thanks for the beer." You're welcome, Tony. Thank you for helping us finish it. If you
Thanks,
read
Tony.
if you read that article on nactv.com, you would see that I kind of feel that it might be. My honest opinion, yeah, I feel that we're in for a long season because I don't see GBS changing his tactics, and I still believe we need to play with two forwards if we're gonna keep doing
To
playing
counter
that way.
that,
Yeah.
I think it's still too early. Only 2 games in. It's a very small market. I mean, not market. I'm not thinking of my brain's fried. I think it's a very small sample. There you go. And it's it's okay. We have so much more time. A lot can change in just 1 month. I think that the team is trying out different things and seeing what doesn't work, and they're gonna figure it out sooner and later. I think. I hope. I hope we get to see it happen before you know, and I hope we get to see you next game.
As long as it's not worse than 8-18, I'm okay. Anything is still disappointment. It's not that bad. I can take
But
the disappointment.
he's asking in your honest opinion, is it gonna be a shitty season?
No,
It's not.
it's gonna be an exciting season, which is at the end what you want out of sports. Not everybody can win championships every year, but last year was pretty exciting. You didn't know what kind of Galaxy team you were going to get in week in, week out, and that's what part of it that made it so exciting. It's not going to score. They're going to have multiple goals. And then you get a 7-2. There's no reason why this season can't go like that too. You got 3 very capable people able to score up top. They just got to get it together. Polish off.
Yeah, I just felt it was a horrible, shitty home opener. That's all it is. I don't think it's concern. It should be a big concern from here moving forward. Like Edgar said, 2 games in, there's still a lot of adjustments that GBS could do in order to improve. So I'm still hopeful. I'm hopeful for a good season.
The one thing that we have to keep in mind, though, and I'm trying to remember who said it in that article, but it's true. The Western Conference has gotten a lot stronger. As you can see, Vancouver, everybody rolled them over last year, and then this year they don't look so bad. Kansas City scored 2 fantastic goals, in that victory over them that I thought, made the game, a little more, I mean, farther out of reach than it should have been. So it's good to keep an eye on them and see how they develop throughout the season. But I think, we just lost to a good team right now, so it shouldn't feel so bad. I think, despite all the negativity.
Right. So I guess don't listen to me. Rule number 1: don't listen to Eddie. Next question. Will underscore it's Jose 122. ¿Cuándo mete gol Chicha? Shake my head.
This weekend, baby, 2 goals,
If they
bang.
play
I'm
this
calling it.
weekend, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna feel the pressure from Pizarro. He's gonna outstage Pizarro, so he's gonna score that game. All right, cool. Next question. Junior DS Sig or DSCIG, whatever. Sorry if I bought your name. NBA suspending season today. Thoughts of MLS being next?
Maybe not next,
Maybe.
but soon enough.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this from straight from the stand. Shout out to George. I know he's listening right now. I agree with what they said. They said once one of the big leagues does it, everyone else is gonna follow. So I think it's only a matter of time. And I mean, what do I know though? But that's
About what?
sort of the league being suspended.
Oh, well, NBA did it, so
That's why.
pretty soon, probably.
Yeah. No thoughts.
Yeah, it's gonna
Man,
happen.
crazy ass.
You got cities in the world being quarantined. Man.
Yeah, seriously. Ese Negro Rocks. What are you guys expecting from our midfield?
For them to get healthy and play like they did last year with the trio starting.
I will agree with that. As long as we have Jonah, legit, and Corona in that central, I think we should be fine. That's
Okay.
about it.
We don't have a true number 10. I'll leave it at that.
But do we really need it? Or can we
Yes.
just put a second
Yes.
striker?
100%. We need a true number 10. And a second.
So how
Pick
would
a
you
tie with him.
describe Jonah's role with the team right now then?
He's just the enforcer, dude. He just destroys plays, and he can't really like
No,
create
well,
an open for himself. you
Right
know?
now, it's almost close to nothing.
Well, right now, yeah.
He
For
said
sure.
right now.
A healthy Jonah. And
Healthy
Jonah
Jonah.
running
Yeah,
on all cylinders.
He's a destroyer. That's what I see him. Like a number 6.
Copy.
He does things that doesn't even allow teams to get into certain spaces on the field. Where you have like Kitchen that has to react to what the offense is already doing. Jonah has that very rare skill that he can stop a play from manifesting in the middle and force teams to go wide. That's not easy to do. That's why, I mean, for me personally, that's why I used to like watching Sarvis play so much, because he wasn't the most athletic, he wasn't the biggest, he wasn't the fastest, but he played behind small as Juninho and next to Beckham, and he was able to just shut down plays by cutting off lanes and not allowing anything to just pass through him. They had to go around him. And Kitchen is the type that'll put a body on you and rough you up and stop you, while Jonah is just covering sideline to sideline, blocking everything before it even develops. That's how I
Just
see it.
waiting to pounce. Yeah, he does.
That's how
He's
I
just
see
there
it.
waiting to pounce on any lane, trying to steal everything. So, you right.
That's the biggest difference, I think.
Already.
It helps keep the pressure up top too.
So, Esfuerzo 84. Why is the Galaxy promoting veteranos? They terrorized the streets of LA in the 90s. I guess hit every market, right? Hit every corner you can.
Real G's.
Real G's. Yep.
I feel like this wasn't asked right, so is Eniltron says, "Why do we suck?"
That's not what it says.
No, it doesn't. But it's read it.
Why we sucking that ass?
I just don't think we have enough time together. The team hasn't had enough time together.
Yeah. I mean, how many games does Chicha play with the team in total? Like competitive matches where you could say, they put in some good time together, and they're coming together. And how many?
6.
2, to be honest. The other ones, they don't really count, to be honest.
Yeah, 2. I would
Yeah.
say 2 because 3. The last one was kind of.
But I think by this time you should at least have some sort of touchdown, some kind of something that you can tell is coming at least naturally to you. Nope.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
You're talking about somebody
Rome
that's been
wasn't.
practicing, still for the last 5 weeks and can't get your basics down.
Rome wasn't built in a day. I mean, but you look at some of the other Mexican forwards that came into the league, and they're already, putting the ball back into the net. Even Pizarro, So yeah, we do begin to ask questions, but
Still
I
too
remember
early, I
when
think.
we got Carlos Hermosillo with the Galaxy, everybody expected him to just go off, but he didn't. It took him a while. It took him quite a few number of games. I can't remember off the top of my head, but before he finally started scoring goals for us. But once he did, he became an important part of that team that made it really far that year. Didn't win the cup, but he became a really important part of that team. I think the same could be with Chicha. I kind of thought about that too, like when because in the preseason, I remember GBS said something like they asked him, are you worried about about Chicharito not scoring yet? And he's like, actually, yeah. And that was kind of interesting because how often do you hear a manager talk about that he finds it unnerving that his forward isn't scoring and he makes it public knowledge, and he actually said that he says that he's a little concerned that Chicharito hasn't scored yet, but I mean he's been with the team for less than 5, 6 games, competitive matches, so it's very easy to expect results right away, but it'll come,
I mean,
it'll happen.
the world
I
was
think we
made in
just
6 days, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess Chicha's in the seventh one, right? Taking the day off.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take him like
yeah.
8 or 9 games into the season to
Let,
really be constant,
let's hope, man, because
to be consistent.
Will it's Jose is gonna ask again. Cuando nota Chicha.
I have a bet: 7 goals before 20 games.
Ouch.
Oof.
So, shut up! You guys were over here predicting 25.
I did. I said he was gonna break the fucking record.
I said
72
18 to
goals,
21,
damn it.
whatever.
Fern Dog ask. I've been waiting for this one. What do you think about the Jets' comments on the BSI podcast? I got one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out.
I'm not gonna spell that out
No?
with you.
SWAFT soft.
Soft?
Soft, bro.
Soft.
I've already felt a certain way about Legit, and that I think proved it further for me. Soft.
Soft. That's why you grab some bench this weekend, little boy.
I think that he was just a little bit out of line. I think it was an honest moment. It's just at the wrong time, and he got punished for it. And I bet you he's gonna learn. And we will never be granted an interview now because of that. I've been asking him every time I see him since last season.
Until after he retires now.
He's gonna be scared to answer any questions.
I think, well, that's why he did get benched. And like I said earlier, deserved. Like, you need to keep that type of stuff in-house. And the LA Galaxy is not a team that's always going to leak shit out like that to the media.
Right.
So, yeah, you got that bench warmed pretty nicely for everybody else. Well deserved. So
well deserved bench.
Well deserved
Here's
bench.
the thing. I mean, there's stuff that happens in the locker rooms between teammates that usually 90% of the time doesn't see the light of day, and something like this should have been kept in house. I don't want to. I don't want to say soft. I don't want to. I don't want to put him on blast for for coming forth and saying something like this because Zlatan is a very difficult personality to have to deal with. I can't even imagine the stuff that we haven't even heard about that we probably never will.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, even though he's no longer with the team, there is the unspoken rule, that you don't throw your teammates under the bus,
Yeah.
and it makes, like you guys said, some people would take it as, oh man, legit looks soft. How can you come out forth and say that? I mean, as you guys can see, I don't think Zlatan's even responded to this at all. He's probably just like, whatever, I don't care.
So I don't think he's gonna get around to him.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He's quarantined.
Yeah.
He's quarantined.
He is.
Health
But
concerns.
yeah, I mean, you can look at it two ways. You can look at it, him, he's venting, and it obviously was an issue for him. But if you're gonna say something like that, you gotta come out and you gotta play hard, man. You gotta show that that you're better than what people think, because Zlatan's giving him a hard time. Obviously, something's not working. He's not playing to like the role that he's expected to play. So if you're gonna talk like that and you're gonna come out, you better be lights out, man, and not give up a goal like that. Chase the damn guy down, man.
He was, what? That's what it was. He was seeking revenge. He
Hey,
saw the
man.
opportunity. And he's like, nah, let this one bench me. This is what happens.
Legit's always going to be good in my book. He started the comeback.
You and Snuggies.
We look. We all want him to be, the same impact player that he was. And it's just, you're sitting here holding your breath, waiting for him to like really, really, really get back to that. You're gonna pass out eventually.
All right, I guess we're all divided in the jet. I'm the only one that hates on him. Don't listen to Eddie. And Logan Jones. Did we play Saturday? I know Bingham did.
Facts.
Yeah, this game.
Yeah.
And Sua played.
And Tua played a bit too. So did people because he caused a penalty. So I knew he was there, even though I gave him the word. Albert in what? Albert Morales. Let's call you Albert Morales. Is it better?
Albertinho Morales.
There you go. Thank you. Is it better?
Fuck, read it, fool.
This is why Brian does this. Is a better cam or defender needed right now? I say cam. An actual cam is needed.
Yeah.
Cam? Why not another striker?
Are we saying
he's asking
can we get a better
Cam,
player in that position?
What he said? What sounds better right now? A better cam or defender?
Defender.
Cam.
We don't have a
I
cam.
think Cam.
We don't have an actual.
Right now.
Yeah.
Cam. Yeah, by far.
Defender.
I think our defense has been
our
solid
big
for
issue right
these
now.
last two games.
We haven't played anybody that's worth mentioning yet.
Imagine it. We can't create.
It's only gonna get bad.
You know what? Fuck it. Both. I know that wasn't a question, but both.
Nah.
What a cop out.
That's my first one. Everyone used one already. Oh, Edgar hasn't, but whatever.
Never cop out.
Jep72890 asks, should we worry about Chicha? And will the games be played with no fans due to the current situation?
I hope that we do get to that they don't play without fans. They just suspend the season. It'll give us time to mesh this team better. And
He's still
hey,
gonna show up to practice. Yeah, that's funny though.
hey man,
Yeah.
you know, show up your ass to practice still. You know, we'll quarantine your guys' team in the stadium. Get better, become a unit, and then I still get my pin box sometime later this year.
Shit, that's right.
So, as far as when is Chicha gonna get it together, hopefully after they stop this quarantine.
Should we worry? He said.
Should we worry?
Nah, I'll worry about Chicha when he starts getting, the balls and he misses a lot or he doesn't do anything. That's when I'll start worrying.
Your expectations were too high if you thought he was going to score 25, 30 goals. I thought so. I thought 18 was max, 18 to 22.
That was
Kind of on pace for about none right now. Well,
Two.
All right. My second cop out. Yeah, I agree with Chewy. So right now, don't.
I don't think it's a cop out. I mean, that's Chicha.
These are the facts.
You need to give him, options. You need to give him something.
until he starts missing clear opportunities where he's by himself, where he's getting fed the ball. Then we start worrying. Right now, we should worry about everything else around him.
Yeah. Right now, feed him the ball. Do something to him, But it's not happening yet.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Yep. Still around. All right.
Yep.
Jay undefeated 7. Shout out to George. Straight to the
Hey,
stand.
George.
For Spenny, where's the camera you said we would have asking for a friend?
they forgot their cylinders and their, they forgot the.
You goof. I get it.
Thanks, Bryant.
Boo.
They forgot them. They didn't get the whole science set. What can I say?
Boo.
This isn't the lineup that we expected though either. We didn't expect
It's not.
Sturz to be out. We didn't expect Jonah to be out. We expected the trio from last year to return, and I still think that maybe with Sturz we could still be better on the defensive side. So, no, they don't have it together right now, but it's also not the team that we want to see.
Not yet.
All right, and that one was for Spenny.
Spen Bayless out.
Daniel Ortiz 19. Chicha out. Agüero in.
Forever.
No mames, güey.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Kun Agüero.
Chicha, no. Just bring a Widow in.
Just
Chicha
bring him
out,
in, yeah.
Agüero
Nah.
Chicha in and Agüero in. Damn.
Just get a Widow on a free loan.
Oh, see.
Just the same way you did with Pavon
Yeah,
the first year.
that's going to work.
Hey.
Well,
if they did
City's
it,
out
they can
of
do it
every
again, right?
competition, so
So, yeah, simple yes or no. Chicha out. Agüero in. I say yes.
Yeah, even before he came in.
I said simple yes or no. Fuck, pay attention.
Yes,
Damn,
definitely.
Brian.
Yes.
There you go.
I said that's why I said yeah.
A different
Ned.
caliber of player.
All right. Moving on to Twitter. Looks like we have one. How fucked up would it be if Chicha is the first MLS player to get sick, and they shut down the league because of him? How much? How much hate would he get?
No comment.
um,
At least you find an excuse for not scoring.
I
well,
I think that if he were to get sick of it and they cancel the season or suspend the season, I don't think it's gonna be him. I think he's gonna be the face that MLS uses. He's gonna be the
Sana,
scapegoat.
sana, colita
Yeah.
de rana.
Yeah, I
That's
said that
all.
before the season started, man. If we win, it's Chicha's fault. If we lose, it's Chicha's fault.
If the
Now, if the
And
MLS
seven
gets
up convicts.
suspended,
gets healthy, concerns,
it's gonna
Chicha's
be.
fault.
Yep.
By the way, you said it.
I didn't. I haven't said it yet.
You read it.
Where?
Okay.
I haven't.
Just keep
well,
going.
Yeah,
Just keep
I
going.
know.
He's gonna make you say it. Just keep going.
Yeah. Anyways, well, that's it for the questions. Thank you everyone for submitting all your questions. I think if anybody else have anything else to say?
No,
I
bitches.
just hope event staff does a better job with checking people's tickets in the North End, please, and we would avoid more uh, hair-raising situations in the North End. And I'm not just talking V Block,
So yeah,
but there was a
I'll,
lot of confusion in the stands.
Yeah, and it,
I
I'll
understand it's
bring
the
up
first game.
some
Um,
things for everybody. Yeah, and I know we talked to them. We talked to it. Sorry, we texted it before we started the pod. Um, V Block is GA. Everywhere else, V Block and large sections are GA. That's the only GA in the stadium right now. And of course the berm. But that's only whenever they open it. But it's only V Block and Lars section that is GA. Everything else is assigned seats. So that's gonna be a big deal for the people next to V Block because we're used to being just GA. So that's gonna be
yeah,
something.
there's those two areas near the corner in the North End that are between B Block and the corner on both sides. They used to be GA,
Yeah.
and they're not anymore. And I sit in one of those sections. And I was, I sit there because I'm old, and my knees hurt, and there was a lot of confusion. A lot of people were sitting in where they shouldn't be, and they were some of them, were like, okay, okay, I'll move out. Some people came and saw that there was somebody there, and they didn't want to deal with it, so they just like walked over to the V block instead of just arguing for their seats. And then when the goals didn't come, and this usually happens a lot in football, soccer, people stop focusing on what's going on in the field and they start paying attention to what's going on around them. And, there's frustration on the field and there's frustration in the stands, and it's just, a cinder block and all you need is like a little spark and boom. And it happened, not just in that part of the stadium, but in other sections as well. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for many people that maybe this is the only game they're going to get to watch the whole season. It's unfortunate for people that made a long trip to come and watch this game. It's unfortunate for those who are still getting used to the game and they have to see something like this, because you want to start the season on a good note, even if the team doesn't. Like you said, we the atmosphere was incredible. It was beautiful. And then there's a few things that almost soured it, but they didn't. I think overall, the atmosphere in the stands was fantastic, and I don't want to, I don't want to think too much about those sparks that went off, because I had a good time in general. Seeing old friends, being back at the stadium, feeling that roar in the crowd and the excitement. It just you get so pumped up, and I love it despite what happened.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, and then to add to that too, don't believe everything you read. Of course, there's people out there that are trying to push it as it was supporter groups that were involved, but if you look closely, I mean, it doesn't take a genius. There's benches right there. It's obviously not in that section, and don't believe everything you read on the internet. Pretty much, just a couple idiots that probably weren't even there. Regulars that had a little too much to drink. Hopefully, they didn't have any wristbands on.
Maybe not even regular. Just give this, a few games. You won't. I don't think you'll see any of it. 8, 9 home games in, where you have people that really want to be there for the team. This team is probably going to struggle the next 4 or 5 games, so you'll see a lot of these people weeded out, and just wait 8, 9 games. And as far as mentioning supporter groups, I have to mention the Galaxy Outlaws. Shout out to Galaxy Outlaws. They barely started last season with Manny, just a bunch of friends of his and people that sat around him, and they just started a supporters group that got recognized by the team, and they did their membership launch last week, I think it was, and they sold out in less than 24 hours. So
Nice.
congratulations to
Very
them.
good.
Nice.
Well done.
Hell yeah.
I even reached out to Manny to try to see if there was still scarves available, just one that I can buy. I wanted to put it up. That's history. That's a supporters group that just started same reason that we go to the game, just because we enjoy watching the team play. That's the best part.
What about the nag section?
We're too spread out.
Yeah, we're too spread out.
The nag block.
Nah,
That's crazy though, man. They sold out in less than 24 hours.
that's dope,
That's
man.
good.
I literally tried to get one. Like, what sold out? Like, I had to reach out to them. It still didn't work.
Great people too, man. I'm happy for them.
That's when you pull the nag card, man.
Yeah. Hey, where's my scarf? Check that out. Neck boy. Sven Bayless.
Got rejected.
I gave you.
I didn't get my
beer. Oh, I want
paperwork
the
right,
scarf.
so my name wasn't right.
Who the fuck is Smiley McGee? Fuck. Change my name. All right, so I think we're good, right?
You good?
All right, sweet. Thank you to everyone who is watching with us here live on this Wednesday. Most likely we'll be back, or hopefully we'll be back on Saturday after the game. Sometime after the game, we'll keep you guys posted on that. And make sure to follow us on all social medias. Share on whatever platform you're using. Hit those like buttons. My name is Eddie. You can find me on Instagram as Eddie_Nags, and on Twitter as Eddie Nags altogether.
I'm still under Smiley McGee.
For now. Look out for Ben Bayless coming soon. Unless George steals it.
Ben Bayless coming soon.
George, go steal that handle. That'd be funny.
Spenify. I'll just put Spenify.
Oh, weak.
Ben
Boo.
Bayless, bro. Come on, boo.
Well, what's yours, Bryant?
Mine is
Boo.
Bryant Nags. Bryant Nags, both on Instagram and on Twitter.
Cool, thank you. Edgar, anything set up yet or not yet?
I'm still from parts unknown, like the Ultimate Warrior.
Nice. But you can look out for Edgar's articles. He does an amazing job. I think we have the preview one up and the one where Chicha landed. If you haven't looked at those yet, there's more to come. That's on nagtv.com, right? Nagtv.com.
Learn it.
All right, sweet. I gotta learn it.
Actually, visit it from time to time.
Yeah, I know that. Right?
Yeah,
Just get some
yeah,
traffic
yeah.
going. Yeah, you guys.
NagTV.com.
Chewy.
NagTV.com.
Huh?
Chewy.
Oh, no, I was trying to figure out what Brian was saying. You guys can find me on Instagram. I'm sorry, on Instagram and Twitter as ChavezJA. ChavezJA. Esa es la cuenta que tú quieres seguir.
Make sure to swipe
NagTV.com.
Nah, I don't have to.
NagTV.com.
I don't have to go do any of those apps.
So damn.
NagTV.com.
NagTV.com.
Yep.
Again, thank you everyone for watching. If you are traveling to Miami, please be careful. There is
NagTV.com.
a lot going on. Take extra
Rick and Morty
precautions.
forever.
Once again, please share this video. Hit the like button. Share whatever platform you listen to it on.
Say what's up.
Say
in
what's
the games.
up at the games. Viewing parties are already up. We will be sharing them in the next couple days.
Galaxy is having one directly in the stadium.
Yes, at the stadium at the Legends Plaza. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Again, my name is Eddie.
Don't panic, people. Don't panic. Don't panic. We'll be all right.
You can find me on Call of Duty on PSN.
There you go.
Northern Raven.
With this expensive ass headset. To my right, Spen Bayless, Chewy on the ones and twos, Edgar and Brian comfortably at home. Thank you guys again for listening, watching. We out of here. Keep on nagging.
NagTV.com. NagTV.com. NagTV.com.
NagTV.com.
Diga no a la piratería.
Keep on.